slim for life.
Thanks for tuning into our special today. September happens to be Prostate Cancer Awareness Month, and this is the best month because we're all reminded of it each year for men to get the annual exam. Joining me now with some more information on prostate cancer is Dr. Anand Shivnani, radiation oncologist with Baylor Irving Cancer Center. So first of all, welcome. Let's walk through, maybe guys out there don't necessarily know, they're not in the age yet as we know. Prostate cancer, how common is it, first of all?
Well, it's very common in men. There are going to be about 200,000 cases of prostate cancer diagnosed in this country this year and about 30,000 deaths. It'll involve maybe 16% of men in this country.
Okay. Symptoms?
So most of the time we diagnose prostate cancer, men don't have symptoms. It's through screening that we've actually diagnosed a lot of prostate cancer, usually with a blood test called a PSA.
And I think when I turned 40, my doctor was knocking on my door going, okay, it's time for the check. Is that typically, does that still hold true? 40 is kind of the deal?
Well, usually 50 years old is when we talk to most men about screening, but
okay.
African Americans or people with a family history, we may start talking to them at 40 or 45. The main thing is that you really should talk to your doctor first before getting screened, because a lot of men, if they have lots of other medical problems, it may not be the right thing for them. So they really need to talk to their doctor first.
Okay. We say prostate cancer, it's got the big C word attached to it. Prostate cancer, though, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it is one of the most curable that's out there?
It is. Fortunately now with screening we are diagnosing cancers earlier, and we're able to cure a lot of patients to the point where we wonder, are there some patients that are getting over-treated? And so that's, again, one of the things that people need to talk about with their doctor is really what kind of treatment is right for them. And in some patients, it may be just sort of watching or what we call active surveillance.
Walk me through briefly, because there's so much talk, obviously, about breast cancer and about the very deadly cancers out there, prostate being one of the better ones to get if you've got to get it. Briefly, surgery, radiation, what's the quick and dirty on the process, I guess?
Right. So in terms of outcomes, people who have surgery or radiation tend to have an equal chance of being cured of their cancer. Really comes down to side effects. For younger men, we tend to recommend surgery for them first. For older men, where there are more complications associated with surgery, we tend to recommend radiation. But it's probably a good idea for somebody who has a diagnosis of prostate cancer to talk both to a urologist and a radiation oncologist before they make a decision about what kind of treatment they want.
If I end up with prostate cancer, can it spread to anything else in my body?
Yeah, typically it spreads most commonly to the bone, and so sometimes the doctor may order a test to make sure that hasn't happened yet before they recommend a treatment.
And if that comes to pass, you're dealing with a whole different set of problems, clearly.
Correct, yeah. And in that case, we know that testosterone, the male hormone, is sort of the fuel by which prostate cancer grows by, and so typically patients are given medicines that block testosterone, and that controls the cancer.
And kind of last question on the subject matter, if you end up, for instance, with radiation, some people may not know. Can it affect other people in your family in any way when you get radiated?
No. When you're going for radiation treatment, there's no radiation that's in you when you leave the department, so you don't have to worry about any harm to your children or pets or family. Okay,
I think we have some information on a couple of screenings. Let's share that with our folks at home right now. We do have one coming up Tuesday, September 28th, 4 to 6:30, Baylor Imaging Center there, Arlington, Grand Prairie, and then you see the Grand Prairie address there just below. So a couple of great opportunities to go ahead and get yourself screened. And again, screening when you're heading toward 50, right, Doc, as we welcome in Tracy Cornett here at the end. So toward 50, and if you don't deal with the doctor on a regular basis, 50 for sure, get screened.
Correct.
All right. Doc, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
All right.
It's all about taking charge of your health, Doug.
Yes, it is.
Sure.
And we want to thank you so much for joining us for our Get Healthy Texas special. We hope that you watch our newscast daily, of course. We've got a lot of great Get Healthy Texas ideas each and every day.
And be sure to visit our website at the address on your screen right there for ideas on staying healthy. Just click on the Get Healthy Texas icon. Thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time.